Hello YouTube, this is Frank, and this is December 6th, 2024, and this is my 89th video and my 10th Libre Computer video, and this is 4 out of 8, and we're looking at the Libre Computer Tritium running a NTP time server with a GPS receiver, and this is number 4 out of 8, and we'll try to install the NTP software. So I'm going to move my board down, and I'll show you what I got here. All right, let me see what we got. I'm going to blow my screen up here while I'm thinking about it. All right. Frank, let's see. Disclosure, I have no financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with any brand or product. I purchase all the products that appear in my videos with my money. I'm retired. I put her around. Videos in this series, let's keep on. There's where we're at right here. Install the NTP secure time server and start data logging. A note just to tell you where this kind of all started. Hurricane Helene, it kind of crashed a NTP time server that I built in 2019. And now that I'm retired, I have more time to putter around with those time servers. But anyway, that time server that crashed, it was a Raspberry Pi Zero, and I had a Libre Computer Renegade, and I just replaced it with that. Now, since I'm retired, I've got some more Tritiums, and I've got 2 running right now. Both of those started in November, and this one here this video is in December, and I think I've got a thing for Helene, it came through Georgia, and it just crashed my computer there, and see, I had to build another one. So that's kind of where this all started. Let's see now. I'm just really interested in the time server for a typical computer consumer PC, and if I'm not really interested in those pulse per second time servers with microsecond, with 1 millisecond accuracy, or 1 microsecond accuracy. That's 1 millionth of a second. If it's within a few tenths of a millisecond, that's okay with me. And I'll show you that time page right here. And I think I've got it right here. This is the official time of the U.S. government. And let me just scroll down just a little bit. See right here, your typical computer, it's off by almost 4/10 of a second right there. But that's fine. I mean, 10 million, that's probably tens of millions of computers that are off by less than a second. So that's fine with me if I can get it within that. So I did Google for NTP time server for complete idiots, and I have not found a simple guide. I've not found a guide like, explain it like I'm 5. I haven't. So this is kind of what this video is. Summary. This is what we're doing right here. I've got a Tritium with a GPS receiver, and we're going to install the NTP time server. And I've got an isolated router, and we've got several devices on that router. And when we get it all, this Tritium all set up, we'll hook it up to that isolated router to serve time. But we got to have we got to have an internet connection to set this tritium up. And let me show you what I'm kind of talking about right here. I've got a what I'm talking about with that receiver. It's just there's those commodity receivers and a tritium, Libre Computer Tritium, and whatever is the. I think this one was the number 2 on the Amazon bestseller list. I don't know enough about these receivers to recommend, other than if it's less than $20, I'll try it. So let me get over here. Where am I at? Oh, this is the summary. If you see my videos, I have a summary and tell you what I'm doing. So if you want to get an idea of what this video is about and have no interest in it, we're going to install NTP time server. The NTP time server has 2 config files to check. That one and the default time. The Debian maintainer has pretty much got this default file set up, and the only thing you need to really do is set the commit, do some editing and set the permissions on the log directory, and that's this. Oops, let me scroll up. That's that file right there. Just check the permissions, reboot, do a NTPQ command to check. That's it right there. Just do that. And check the status. So that's what we're doing. Now, if you don't want the details, to explain it like I'm 5, or the NTP file server, or the NTP time server for complete idiots, this is what this is right here. Now let me show you, I probably need to show you the copyright pages before I do a whole lot. This is the NTP secure thing, and I believe they have a copyright. There's the licenses right there, and so let me just show you that right there. And I think that's the one. Okay, shows you the license. So I think I've covered myself. Let me get back over here. The NTPC home page, and I think that was it right there. That's the home page. Now let me just show you the Debian package page that we'll be installing. I always like to check the Debian page. But let me just show you the Debian license here. Just to be legal, let me show you that. I think that's all I need to show you. But this is the secure NTP secure package right here. And let's just kind of go down here a little bit. I always like to check to see if there's any suggested or recommended packages here. They do show the suggested package, the NTP viz, and I will be doing a separate video on that package, so I am not going to install that. Now let me show. See, we got the package. Kind of go down here and look at. I always like to look at the pins and recommended and suggested packages, but that's it right there. We will not be installing that today. Let me get back to my. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be doing a separate video on that package. We'll just install that. Show the NTP web page. Now, if you check out the NTP web page, it does look kind of easy. See right here, all you got to do is just install it, and you're done. But I'm not 5 years old, so there are about 30 more things you have to do. So let's install that package right there. And this, I've got if you've seen my video, this is where I left off at that GPS install. Let's see, where am I at here? And I can just do it from here. Sudo. Let's see, what was my thing right here? Sudo apt install NTP. NTP that file server secure. And if I remember right, I don't think it takes a whole long to do this. So let me just pause the video while it's doing that. Let's see if I can. All right, so we got our NTP package installed. Now, the config file. This is kind of. Let me show you what I'm talking about up here. See, there's two files that you need to check. There's one in the default etc default, and then there's that they've got a separate config file for NTP, and that's what we're doing right here. I'm going to check out that file. Let's see. So let me just go over here to our that directory. Change directory to etc. List, and I think it was what default. Is there a default here? Default. Oops. And we should have it. There it is right here. NTP secure. And let's just cat that just to see what's in there. Let me go over here and cat it. NTP secure. Now they have some options in here. I mean, everything here, as far as I can tell, and I'm a dum-dum, as far as I can tell, it looks okay to me. There is a web page. Let me show you that web page. It has the, if you go to Debian, this is that web page. And if we there's a whole bunch of options down here. Oops, wrong one. It's this one right here. NTPD. There's a whole bunch of options down here. And let me just scroll down. See, G, that's that option right there. And then the capital N. Run at the high priority. And I just kind of wanted to bring that to your attention. I mean, as far as I can tell, that looks fine. I don't know enough about it to know. So let me get back over here. Oops, wrong. Yeah, it looks okay to me. Now that the second file is the one that really takes some thought. So let's just change over there. Oops. It's this one right here. And it's where is it at right here? In do you see it over here? Let me get back to my notes. Make sure I got the right. Should be an NTP secure directory over there. Am I missing it? Should be an NTP. Let me scroll up. No wonder. Let me just kind of scroll up. There it is right there. NTP secure. Change the directory to NTP secure. There's the Debian maintainer. That's kind of the default file that he has. So let me kind of go over here to them. Before we do anything, so we're in the correct directory. Now, before we do anything, we need to make a copy of that original file because I'm a dum-dum and I may need to refer back to the original. So it's sudo copy, and I'm going to do some options right there. NTP config to NT, oops, config.orig. Okay, so in case I make a mistake, I've got the original I can refer back to right there. Let's see now. Now there is a web page for Debian. Let me get over here to I should have that. Yeah, there it is right there. There is a web page for that config file. Okay, so let me get back up there to the top and get back to my notes. Now, what we want to do though is we're going to edit that file in stages. First, we'll set the permissions in the log directory, and then we'll try to add commands for that GTP for the GPS server. So stage one, this is what we're going to do. Is let's just kind of when we edit that file, use whatever editor that you feel that you like. Now I wrote my own text editor, so I will be using that. The other thing to be aware of is AppArmor, and AppArmor is enabled by default in that Debian bookworm. Let me show you that. I think I've got an out page right here. There it is right here. AppArmor. If you go to Debian, and there's all that information right there. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Let me get back over here to my notes. So when we edit, when we create any directories or files, we need to make sure that they are in the app, that they're allowed in the AppArmor system. So let me just show you this what I'm talking about. Let me change the directory. I think I got that. Do I have the directory right here? Yeah, here's the directory that we're going to. And oops, let's see here now. Go up here to the A's. There should be the A's. Yeah, right here. That's the directory we're going to right there. Oops. And right here, see that file right there, the NTPD thing? That's what we're looking at right there. So that's just less. And just to make sure, let me go to my notes. Yeah, see, I've got a list. We want to look at that file and scroll down to the log directories and note the location and the spelling of those directories there. So that's what we're doing. Less user SPN. Oops, I must have cat locks. Now this is that the app armor thing, and we just kind of scroll on down, and we probably need to go down to the bottom. Is write some log files. See, here's the log file section right here, and we make sure that we spell that directory the same way, because if we miss that spelling, we won't be able to write the log files. So let's just make sure we know the directory spelling right there. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And to get out of this is just quit. And let me get to my notes. Okay, we did that. And okay, let's go up here to our file that we're going to edit. Okay, it's change directory. Oops. And it was that NTP secure directory. It's right up there. NTP secure. And we made our backup file. And I'm going to edit that file. And I'm going to change the palette though. All right, so this is what we want to do. So here's these log files that I'm talking about. And what I do now, whenever I change these config files, I put my initials and date on there. Trying to remember what I did. So this is going to be FMD 2024 1206. Now I'm going to uncomment the log files. So here's our log files right here. And it does kind of tell us how to create that directory right there. Let's see now. And so we'll uncomment that directory. We want our statistics and all of these log files. And that looks good to me. I put my initials, tell them what I did, save it, All right, now we need to, let me just do the head. I think I've got it in my notes too. Let me get to my notes right here. Have I got my, no, I don't have it in my notes, but let's just do the head right there. And whoops, and then probably need to go a little bit further. What's the, is it -20? Is that what I need? Yeah. So this is what we got to go over there to that variable, the VAR log directory, and create that directory, and give it the same permissions there. Oops, let me just pause this video right here. I gotta hold on just a second. All right, I'm back. So here's it does give you some information there where to get help for the NTP config file there. And this is what we're doing right here. Is we're creating that directory. We checked app armor to make sure we've got all their spelling correctly. So now we can change over there to VAR log. Let's just see if that directory is there. And no, I do not see that directory there. So we need to create that directory and change the owner. That I think I've got that in my notes. Let me just make sure. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing right here. So we changed over there. It's not being created, so we need to create it. Now I'll try to spell that correctly. And it's make sudo make directory NTP secure ls and engine. And let me do a long listing right here. Let me show you what we're talking about. So there's that. Let me do that cursor. See, there's that directory we just created, and we need to set the permissions. I think I can scroll back just a little bit right here. See right here, we need to change the owner in the group right there. And it's sudo. Change the owner. Anyway, let me show you what I'm doing right here. It's this right here. Change the owner. NTP secure. NTP. That was the user ID, and then the group, and then the directory. And let's do the long listing again. And we should have, yeah, that's what we're needing right there. So we can scroll, let me just scroll back up here. This is what they're talking about in this file. You must create that directory owned by, and that's that permissions that we're doing to enable login. Man, that's what we're doing right there. And so now let me get back to my notes. Oh, so we got, that's what we did. And we finished stage 1. Now stage 2, now the general idea is to add our GPS receiver to that config file. So let's get back over there to our directory. It's change directory. NTP secure, is that right? Yeah, there's our config file. And we need to add that thing for our receiver. Let me just show you that config file page again right here. Some of the things that this is the Debian website, and we're looking at several things right here. You'll see server, min poll, max poll. It's got to make note of this right here. We'll be using this right here. And no select, we'll be using this right here. Kind of make a note of that right there. And kind of at the bottom of the page, let me just kind of scroll on down. There's a whole bunch of options. And keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. Keep on scrolling down. Keep on scrolling down to the access control, and we're getting close. Keep on scrolling down. Keep on scrolling up. Keep on scrolling down. And it's a reference clock. Reference clock support is where we need to go. And they've got a min poll and a max poll right here too. And they kind of describe what time one that we'll be using. And the reference ID string. We'll be using that. So I'm going to go back to the top of the page. Now this is where all this is coming from that I wanted to show you. When you see this, it's in there. So let's edit that file again and use whatever editor that you want. And I want to show you the web page that for David Mills. He was the guy that invented all this. David Mills. That's his web page. Professor Mills, he passed away at around the first of the year, 2024. So, but they kept his web page here, and let me show you the. So you get down to the network time project, and I believe it's the distribution here, and I believe he's got a copyright notice. So let's display the copyright notice. So we'll be complying with Professor Mills, and there's the copyright notice. And we'll get back to this page right here. Let me get back to my notes. So we got his copyright notice, and let's go to his clock support, reference clock support page. And we just go to his website, his projects, the NTP project, and it's network time. And I think there should be a reference clock support. That's what we want to do right here. And reference clock drivers. And we kind of scroll on down. And there's a list of drivers down here. And this is what we want, the type 28. And these are where all these numbers are coming from. See right there? Oops. And also GPSD knows how to talk to the devices. Now let me get back over here to my notes. Yeah, you got to be careful with all of these parameters, time 2 and 1 driver is not the same as time 2 and another. Let me see if he's got that. Yeah, it's in another. There it is right here. Time 2. You got to be careful on these parameters. Sometimes they're different. They're different on different servers. So there's our shared memory device. Okay, that's the reference clock demands. Is it on this page right here? I may have to go to the. Let's see. Does it have it on this page? It's probably reference clock support right here. That's what we want. I think is that what we want? That's where we're just at right there. Should I pause the video and just let you figure out where I'm supposed to be? Let me pause the video just a minute. All right, I think I found my page where all of these clock commands and options are. It's get down here to the. There's a clock configuration options. It's wrong. I still got a command index. It's the command index. And then you kind of go down here to the server configure client assist. And kind of scroll on down a little bit. And this is what the how he's where these numbers are on the min pole and max pole. It's seconds in powers of 2 is what he's doing. So when you see those in the configuration file, that's where those are coming from. Yeah, there's an example. Like it's 2 to the 4th is 16 seconds. 2 to the 6th is 64 seconds. And the maximum value is around 36 hours. So let's go to their command page for GPSD. And you kind of scroll on down. Now scroll on down. Scroll on down. Now this is where we were the other day, yesterday, for the GPSD setup right there. And you kind of scroll on down. And this is kind of what we're doing right here. I don't have a serial interface. I've got a USB interface, and there's no pulse per second signal. So now what I do, let me show you what I do. So I've got the server min pole, max pole. That's 2 to the 4th, 2 to the 4th. No select. We want to. Let me just show you. I think there's it's right here, kind of at the top of the page, right here. No select. We want to look at that at our GPS receiver, and see how it's performing. And that's what that no select is. Let me get back to my notes right here. See that right? And the reference ID, that's just an ID that prints out in that file, the log file. So let's see if I can edit that file. Oops, let me get over here to my and sudo and whatever editor that you want, NTP. And let me toggle the palette. And it's down here at the bottom is where we're going to add that. And I'm going to put my initials and what I did. Initials and date. 1206. Oops, 06. Added the 28 server. Device server. And I believe that was what server. And I better check let me check my notes. Server 128, info, max phone. That's what we're adding right there. .127.127.28.0. Let me pause the video while I type all this in. I don't want to take up your time. All right, I think I got it typed in. This is what we should be typing in, and let's see if I've got it correct over here. And that's what I think I've got everything correct. I've added my initials and date and what I did. And let's save that. Okay, let's see what I need to do now. We saved it, and we'll just see if everything works. So we need to shut down and reboot. Sudo shut down, reboot now. And I'm going to pause the video while it reboots, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, my Tritium has rebooted, and let's just go log in again. Let me get back to my notes. We have rebooted. Okay, we paused the video until all right. Let's just see if everything works then, and we should see something if it's working, and we should see something about like this. So let's go over there, and it was NTP Q-P. It works, it works, it works. That's what we're looking for, the shared memory model right there. See Frank right there, that was it only takes like 3 or 4 letters from that reference ID. And there's the 16 seconds for the poll. Let's see now. Let's do that again. And we should see the pool servers come up here in a minute. I like that offset right there. 50. Well, let's see what happens. Has any of the pool come up? Let me just pause the video while the pool comes up. All right, let's just see if the pool has come back. It's been a few minutes or a few seconds here. Oh, there we are. Yeah, see, it's working. It's working. There's our shared memory model right there for our receiver, and all it's doing is recording our offset, our information from that server, from that PUC, from our receiver, and some commands we can try. We have got success right here. Let me try these other commands, NTP dig, and we'll just check the time from some of these servers. There's that the NIST server, time server. I'm going to pause the video while I type that in. All right, I've got my query. I've got my query typed in, and so let's go over there to our Tritium. There's my Tritium. Let's just see what the time is. Oh, I don't have that. Hold on a minute. Let me pause the video and see where all right, I found the package. It's NTP dig. That's what we need to install right here. Just down. We should be able to. There's it has no recommends or suggestions. So let's just install NTP dig. That's going to be sudo apt install NTP sec dig NTP dig. And it should it should be fairly quick. It doesn't take too long to do this. Yeah, there we go. Now let's try it. All right, there we go. I mean, that looks, we're only like 3/1000ths of a second away from NIST time right there. That's what I wanted to see. All right. Here's some other commands to try. Let me get over here to the thing, system control. Status, GPSD, and we should see we're running our GPS receiver, and we should be able to do our MTP D, and there's our NTP service. It's running. Let's see now. I'm excited. Let's just change over to our log directory and check the logs. So change over there to the log directory. Make sure we spelled everything. I spelled everything correctly. And there's our log. There's our log directory right there. And let's just do the listing to make sure we've got everything spelled correctly. And there's our logs. There's the logs right here. Look, there's our logs. I'm excited. Oops, stats. There's our stat. And there's our see. There's our shared memory. That's our GPS receiver right there. And look at that offset, though. We're only 53/100ths of a second off time. And that's fine for me. That's what I'm looking for. I don't really need microsecond time. If I can just be a few 100ths of a second off. Okay, let me get back to my notes. I'm excited right here. Let me get back to my notes. And what I often do is just grip the our shared memory model out there. And that's the oops, let me get over here to my grip the GPS receiver. Oops, pure stats. There, and there's all our pure stats right there. We probably could, if we could scroll up a little bit. This is kind of like where it was. It's probably trying to get initialized right here. And when you see that negative right here, when it starts going negative, that's what I'm looking for right here. And we'll let that log for several days. Then we'll look at it. And this is the references from my videos. And this is the end of the setup. It kind of sounded so easy there for that page there. You just see right here. All you got to do is just set up the time thing. That's all you got to do. You're done. No, you're not done. It takes about, well, it takes a long time to get done. So this is the end of my video, and we'll look at some data analysis in the next video. So thank you for watching.